Greetings, I'm composer Nolan Stoltz, and I'm standing on Route 66 in downtown Clinton, Oklahoma, getting some inspiration for my forthcoming orchestral work, the Route 66 Suite. This is the original alignment of Route 66 that came down 4th and turned down Frisco. I'm standing at the corner of 5th and Frisco. So, getting the inspiration for the opening movement, which I'll title AD 1926, all about the original road and the buildings that would have existed at the time and so forth. We come into Clinton on Gary Boulevard, which was 66 from the beginning all the way to 1970. However, after the first 9 years, it stayed straight. So we're going to turn left like it originally did. Now, 4th Street, for a time, served as a one-way eastbound. The hotel was on the left. We'll try to keep it focused on 1926, though. So we'll turn right on Frisco. Right here was a theater, also from the same era. Inspiration for the show will go on. Here's an old photo from 1946. But for AD 1926 inspiration, the focus will be here on Frisco. And to get a feel for Old Town Clinton, I stayed here downtown. Now, tonight I'm staying in an Airbnb just a half block off Route 66. So put this into context. An early 66 traveler may have stayed in downtown Clinton or really downtown districts in any town, really, along Route 66. So not necessarily right on the road. That's a more mid-century and later concept, because hotels existed before 66 came through. So to get this feel, so this is inspiration for the lodging-based movement, just getting a feel for being in the downtown area in the evening. And so I'm going to explore around. For instance, on the left is a theater that predates 66 by 17 years. You'll see the Pepsi Cola logo on it. That was the Hanley Theater, I forget the name. Also in 1926. So many of these buildings, right there. Many of these buildings existed in 1926. So this is a lot of good inspiration for the AD 1926 movement of the Route 66 Suite. The theaters for both The Show Will Go On and AD 1926, and all these other cool buildings for AD 1926. Here's another one, dates back to 1920. It was renamed the Redland Theater, has a great neon sign these days. This would have been the ticket booth, and here's the lobby. We'll zoom in as if we're going into the theater. Here's a picture from 1939 that'll give you a sense of the inside. Beautiful. Excellent screen and curtains. Here's what it looks like in 1934. We're coming up on 10th. This is the street where the post-1935 version of 66 turned left off of Gary. The 1926 to 35 version also turned left onto 10th, but off of Frisco. We'll continue down 10th and then turn right or west onto Commerce Road. We're here on the southwest edge of Clinton. we leave Clinton and enter the ghost town of Parkersburg. Check out episode 41. It's called Parkersburg, Oklahoma, Route 66 Ghost Town. It was released on Patreon on January 22nd of 2022. There's a cemetery here. Check out the video. I explain why it would be considered a ghost town, even though there wasn't much activity during the early days of 66. Most of the town had died out, but there was still things going on, such as, like, on the left right here, there was a school that was active during the 66 era. So check that out. Again, episode 41. This road here really gives the feeling of the first 30 or so years of 66, but this road here gives you a feeling of the first 5 years. And then just north of Foss, Route 66 turns left on what is now Oklahoma State Highway 44 and heads down into Foss. On the south end of Foss, we cross the more commonly used version of Route 66, the 1931 and 1956 version. On the right, we see Coble's Place, the station and cafe. Alright, so for more videos, all the places inspiring Route 66 Suite, become a supporter of the Route 66 Patreon on patreon.com/Route66Suite.